Hello and welcome. You're watching the Tuesday edition of This Is Exclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we come to you with a brand new avatar. We take you through 3 special stories and we promise to get you stories that no other network will actually show you. First, we begin with the ordeal of family members whose loved ones are stuck in Russia. Not just that, also a similar incident that has taken place in Canada. Was this a case of racial discrimination? And that big political story coming in from the state of Telangana. All this and much more in this edition of This is the Exclusive. But up first, these are the headlines we're tracking at this hour. Republic gets you exclusive testimonies of family members of Indians who were forced to fight Ukraine war in Russia. Congress government in Telangana is under fire from the opposition who alleges that they have failed to implement poll promises. Rahul's top man Sam Pitroda at it again says Elon Musk's visit to India is no big deal and that he is ashamed of Prime Minister Modi-Bill Gates talks. Mamata Banerjee provokes again, warns of possible tension in Bengal on Ram Navami.
उद्धव ठाकरे जी ने बाहर आने के बाद प्रेस और बाकी सब लोगों को बोलते हैं इंक्वायरी होने वाली है, जिन्होंने ये कांड किया है उसको पनिशमेंट होने वाली है, लेकिन सीबीआई जाने से इनकार करने वाली यही व्यक्ति है.
Mystery over Indian student's death in Canada's Vancouver. Family seeks MEA's intervention. Starting this edition with that exclusive report coming in. The tale of Indians who are being forced to fight Russia's war in Ukraine. 2 Indian youth, one from Haryana and the other from Punjab, who are seeking help every minute to make it back home. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have witnessed over the last couple of months is that several testimonies have come in from Russia, where they are seeking desperate help from the Ministry of External Affairs to step in so that they can be brought back home. The story is about recruitment agencies here in India who are tricking many gullible tourists just for the sake of visas, who've been given the visa of Russia, and once they land in Russia, they end up fighting the war on behalf of Russia, that too on the front lines. Tonight, we get you the story of 2 such families who are hoping that they would get some sort of relief from the Ministry of External Affairs. Take a look at this comprehensive report.
The person who you just saw on your screen is Ravi Mon, who is a resident of Haryana, Kaital, forced to fight Russia's war in Ukraine. In the garb of providing lucrative transport job on a cruise, a local travel agent lured Ravi to fly off to Russia. But what followed next was harrowing for his family.
हाँ अजय जी नमस्कार, मैं आदित्य बोल रहा हूँ रिपब्लिक टीवी से. तो आपके भाई का नाम क्या है जो रशियन आर्मी में जबरदस्ती इंडक्ट करे गए? क्या नाम है अजय जी आपके भाई का?
रवि है जी, रवि.
अच्छा रवि. तो उनको जबरदस्ती वो यहाँ से एज अ टूरिस्ट गए थे राइट, रशिया घूमने के लिए. ये कब की बात है जब गए थे वो? न्यू ईयर के आसपास.
13 जनवरी ने यहाँ से गए थे जी. वो
क्या गए थे? 13 जनवरी को गए थे. अच्छा तो ऐसा क्या हुआ कि मतलब उनको ऐसा कैसे फंसे वो कि उनको बोला गया कि आप रशियन आर्मी के साथ काम कीजिए नहीं तो हम आपको जेल में डाल देंगे? क्या हुआ थोड़ा बताइए उनके साथ, रवि के साथ.
मतलब ऐसी बात थी, जो एजेंट था ना हमारा गांव का ही एजेंट है.
अच्छा ये गांव का ही ट्रेवल एजेंट है आपका?
हाँ.
अच्छा.
उसने ये बात बोली थी कि तुम्हारा ट्रांसपोर्ट में काम करवा देंगे भाई का रूस में.
अच्छा.
तो हमने 15 दिन के बाद कांटेक्ट हुआ हमारा रवि के साथ. तो वहाँ पे उसको आर्मी में सिलेक्ट किया हुआ था तब, और रशियन भाषा में उसके कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन करवा रखा था.
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किस चीज का था ये, मतलब किस चीज का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट? ट्रैवल एजेंट ने क्या नौकरी के लिए बोला था कि हम आपको रशिया में नौकरी दिलवा देंगे, या क्या था
हमारा
प्रॉब्लम?
तो रवि के साथ 15 दिन यहाँ से जाने के बाद 15 दिन कोई कांटेक्ट नहीं हुआ। जो जेंट था उस जेंट ने ही कराया जो कुछ कराया वहाँ जाकर आर्मी में। 15 दिन के बाद हमारी रवि के साथ बात हुई है, तो वो आर्मी की वर्दी में था।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, यहाँ से ये जो ट्रैवल एजेंट था आपका, ये कैथल में था, ये कैथल का ही लोकल है? अच्छा,
कैथल का ही मटोर गाँव से है।
अच्छा अच्छा। तो अभी कितना टाइम हो गया आपका रवि के साथ कोई कांटेक्ट नहीं हुआ सर? कितना टाइम हो गया है अभी?
मेरा मतलब 12 मार्च से मेरी लास्ट बार बात हुई थी रवि के साथ।
अच्छा, 12 मार्च को। तो आपकी कैसे बात हुई थी? थ्रू उसका कॉल आया था या उसका कोई मैसेज आया था रवि को आपको?
उस रवि की मेरे पास मैसेज आया था, वीडियो कॉल भी आई थी। उसने बोला था कि मैं लड़ाई में जा रहा हूँ दूसरी बार।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा। तो आपने पूछा नहीं कि ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है वो, मतलब बिना बताए घर में ऐसे गायब हो गया और जैसा आप बता रहे हैं, ऐसा पूछा नहीं आपने?
रवि ने ये बात बोली थी कि अगर मैं लड़ाई में नहीं जाऊँ तो इन रशियन वाला ने ये बोल रखा था कि अगर या तो 10 साल की जेल काटो या फिर फ्रंट लाइन में जाना पड़ेगा।
अच्छा, नहीं तो 1 साल नहीं तो 10 साल की जेल जाने पड़ेगा अगर 1 साल रशियन आर्मी के लिए नहीं लड़ोगे तो, ऐसा था?
हाँ, मतलब अगर लड़ाई में नहीं जाओगे तो 10 साल की जेल।
अच्छा अच्छा। तो आपने यहाँ पर अभी आपने यहाँ कोई एफर्ट नहीं करे कि रवि को रशिया से वापस लाया जाए? कुछ अपनी तरफ से कुछ आपने एफर्ट्स करे हैं? किस तरह के से एफर्ट करे हैं सर, ये थोड़ा बताइए।
मतलब सुरजावाला के पास भी गए थे, धनखड़ के पास भी गए थे। मतलब इनसे तो बढ़िया आश्वासन दिया है कि निकाल देंगे, मतलब कुछ टाइम तो लगेगा।
अच्छा, विदेश मंत्रालय में गए थे आप? दिल्ली गए थे?
दिल्ली मेल डलवाई थी एम्बेसी में।
कहाँ पे एम्बेसी में गए थे? अच्छा अच्छा, रशियन एम्बेसी में गए थे आप लोग?
15-20 दिन का टाइम दिया था, लेकिन उन बातों तो 2 महीने हो गए लगभग।
Now cut to Punjab, another similar harrowing incident unfolded. Gagandeep Singh, a resident of Gurdaspur who went to Russia on a trip, was also tricked to join the army. Republic spoke exclusively to Gagandeep's brother Mandeep, who narrated the horror his brother is facing under the garb of tourism.
आपका कुछ कांटेक्ट हो पाया है उनसे गगनदीप जी?
हाँ सर, कांटेक्ट तो काफी टाइम तो नहीं हुआ, अब होने लगा है थोड़ा बहुत। कभी कभी ना उधर सिग्नल नहीं आते।
तो आप लोगों ने मतलब ट्राई नहीं करा कि एमईए जाएं और रशियन एम्बेसी से कुछ मदद करवाएं कि उनको आपके भाई को एक्स्ट्राडाइट करवा लें वापस यहाँ पर?
बहुत ट्राई कर रहे हैं, बहुत ज्यादा। हमारे ना इधर घर में मतलब वो मंत्री भी बहुत आती है, पुलिस भी आती है। अभी हम आपको करेंगे, न्यूज चैनल वाले भी बहुत आते हैं ना, कि काफी बात आगे तक पहुंची हुई है। हम दिल्ली भी गए थे, 2-3 दिन हुए।
अच्छा अच्छा। अच्छा,
दिल्ली हमको किसी ने कहा कि आप विदेश मंत्रालय को मिलकर आए।
तो एक बात बताइए, जिस नंबर से गगनदीप आपको मैसेज करते हैं, आपने उस नंबर पे कॉल करने की कोशिश नहीं करी कि कोशिश करें कि जिस नंबर से मैसेज आता है गगनदीप का आपको, आप उस पर कॉल करें दोबारा?
कॉल तो हम करते हैं और नेटवर्क नहीं आते उधर। कभी कभी नेटवर्क आते हैं तो फिर वो मैसेज कर देता है। कॉल पर कॉल बहुत कम होती है।
मैसेजेस में अधिकतम क्या लिखता है वो आपको, आप लोगों का हालचाल लेता है, अपना हालचाल बताता है किस तरह के?
हाँ, वो हालचाल दे दो। हमारा हालचाल तो क्या, उसका भी नहीं ठीक, हमारा भी नहीं ठीक।
अच्छा अच्छा। तो अभी जितनी भी आपकी गगनदीप से बात हुई है, राइट, उसने क्या क्या बताया आपको? कुछ डिटेल में बताइए सर, क्या क्या अभी तक बता चुका है वो आपको?
जब हमको कहते हैं आर्मी पकड़ कर लेकर गई उधर से, हमको कहने लगी कि आपको 10 साल की कैद हो जाएगी, ऐसे वैसे। कहता हमें बोलने लगे भी हमारा कसूर क्या है? तो कहता वो बोलते नहीं, कसूर का पता नहीं, हम आपको 10 साल की कैद करेंगे, नहीं तो आपको 1 साल के लिए नौकरी करनी पड़ेगी।
Republic also learned that there were 7 other tourists along with Amandeep who were dealt 2 options: fight Russia's war or face prison for 10 years. Meanwhile, the Ministry of External Affairs has taken stock of the situation and is doing everything possible to bring back our own. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Let me also bring in my colleague Aditya, who's getting us this latest report. Aditya, you've also reached out to the agencies that have been looking into this entire matter. As we understand, there is a massive recruitment scam that is now being probed. What more details are you picking up? Let's try and see if we can connect with Aditya for more details on this. Aditya, just walk us through the details that you picked up from the agencies too with regards to the
Well,
coup
yes,
that
there
has
has
been carried out.
Well, yes, as we were speaking to Gagandeep Singh's brother, he told me that he told Republic TV that in Kathal, a local travel agent had lured Gagandeep into all this business, and this is actually needs to be seen as to how big is this nexus of this travel agent that is operating to lure innocent boys from multiple Indian cities. So, as per the conversation that we had with Mandeep Singh, the brother of Gagandeep Singh, what he told was that his brother, the Kathal-based travel agent, was involved in all this process, and this needs to be seen as to how the big nexus is. Back to the studios.
Thank you very much, Aditya, for getting us that latest report, a story that we'll be tracking very closely because there are still several other family members who are now trying to reach out to the Ministry of External Affairs, hoping that there would be some respite coming in soon. While the Ministry of External Affairs maintains that they are working on this entire matter and hopefully they would be in a position to resolve the matter. Should we focus now to getting you the other story tonight on This Is Exclusive. After Congress government in Karnataka, now it's the same Congress government in Telangana which is under fire from the opposition, alleging that they have failed to implement the promises which were made during the assembly elections. In fact, Bharatiya Janata Party and the BRS have now hit out at the Congress government for not fulfilling the promises. Here's a ground report coming in from my colleague Aniri.
With just days to go before the Lok Sabha elections, the Congress government in Telangana is facing flack over its poll promises during the assembly elections in 2023.
Well, in the run-up to the Lok Sabha polls, well, we have been seeing the face-off between the BRS, BJP and the Congress has now been escalating. Well, on one side, we see that the BJP and the BRS questions the Congress government for not fulfilling the promises which they had made during the assembly polls, and also they had stated that once Congress party comes to power, they will be implementing the promises within 100 days of time, but then it's over 100 days and the Congress government has not fulfilled the promises, whereas only one of them being free bus service is to the women is being provided.
The Congress party had earlier made 6 promises before toppling the BRS government in 2023, but have so far only managed to keep one of its 6 promises. Taking this as an opportunity, the BJP has sharpened its attack on the Congress.
See, if you can see, Mr. Revanth Reddy, who happens to be the PCC president, just before the elections, he has made so much poll promises about the 6 guarantees and other schemes which will be implemented as soon as he comes into power. And today is 120th day. People in this state are eagerly waiting that the Congress party, which has been constantly saying that once we come into the power, we are going to implement all the schemes, accusing the Bharatiya Janata Party and earlier, the BRS government. But today, we demand, where are the schemes? Where are the guarantees? How long you will take to implement on that?
The BRS also called out the Congress's Jumla.
The whole point today is, how can you give promises without even realizing the state finances? That you give 420 promises and you cannot fulfill them after you get votes. Well, one thing is, this is a excuse scripted by their strategist Mr. Sunil Kongolu, and that is the reason from day one Congress party has trying to see a escape route that how should they run away from their promises.
On the back foot, the Congress is deflecting blame on the previous BRS regime.
They are ignoring what we have implemented. Immediately after coming to the power, we have implemented free bus services to the women and raised the Rajiv Arogya Scheme limit to the 10 lakhs from 5 lakhs. And we have started giving gas cylinder at 500 rupees.
The Congress government in Karnataka Karnataka is already under scrutiny for failing to deliver its poll promises. Is the Congress staring at another poll promise fiasco? And what will be the impact of it on the Lok Sabha elections? The answer will be out in the open on June the 4th. Bureau Report for Republic TV.
Let me also quickly bring in my colleague Aneri, who's joining us on this broadcast and who's got us this special report. Aneri, you've also tried to reach out the Congress government in Telangana. What is it that they have to say on this entire matter, given the fact that in Karnataka we saw the same kind of allegations that were levelled, and the Congress government has essentially hit out at their predecessors?
Well, that's right, Shravan. The Congress government in the state of Telangana now blames it on the previous government, that's the BRS government, which was there back then before the assembly polls, where we have seen that the Congress leaders say that due to the bad financial exchequer and the financial condition in the state of Telangana, they couldn't implement the promises. But also at the same time, we have been seeing that there has been the BRS party hits out at the Congress, and they say that didn't they know about the financial situation? And despite the financial situation in the state, KCR was being able to implement all the schemes. Raitu Bharosa, Raitu Bandhu scheme were being implemented during the KCR regime. Then why not by the Congress party? And also at the same time, BJP as well demands that the Congress government should immediately implement all of the schemes which they had promised during the assembly polls. And they had very clearly mentioned that within 100 days of forming the government, they will be implementing all of these promises. But it doesn't seem so that has taken place in the state of Telangana.
Well, thank you very much, Aneri, for getting us the latest details. Once again, questions essentially being raised whether at all there is financial malpractices, or more importantly, as what the opposition parties have been alleging, is that they've not been able to put their house together. All this and much more on the other side of the short break. We'll get you the latest with regards to mystery over Indian students' death in Canada's Vancouver. In yet another attack on an Indian student on foreign land, a 24-year-old student was brutally shot dead in Canada on 12th of April. Son of a retired sugar mill worker, Chirag Antil, left for Canada in September 2022 on a student visa, and just recently completed his MBA and secured a job. What we have essentially seen, particularly in the United States of America and Canada, a spate of such incidents that have taken place. Here is a special report coming in from my colleague Nikita Sahai.
An Indian student from Sonipat in Haryana was gunned down in South Vancouver in Canada. 24-year-old Chirag Antil was found dead inside his car after neighbors reported hearing gunshots and called police. An investigation has been started to find out the motive behind the shooting. According to his family, Chirag seemed happy when they last spoke to him.
इतना खुश था, मतलब बात कर रहा, मेरे को कहीं बाहर जाना था तो बोलता भाई पापा को साथ लेके जाइयो, अकेला मत जाइयो, ऐसे बोल रहा था कि अभी उसने नई गाड़ी ली थी यहाँ इंडिया में भी, तो ऐसे बोल रहा था कि मम्मी पापा को घुमा के लाइयो, गाड़ी में 2-3 जगह कहीं कहीं घुमा के ला, मतलब बहुत खुश था। रोज मम्मी की बात भी होती थी उससे, मतलब अगर ऐसा कुछ 1% भी होता कि मतलब कोई धमकी है या किसी के साथ दुश्मनाई है तो वो हमें पता होता, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था। तो वो घूमने के लिए उधर डाउनटाउन की तरफ बोलता कि मैं थोड़ा घूम आता हूँ, कल छुट्टी है, आराम से उठूँगा, लेट उठूँगा। तो जैसे ही वो गया तो उसको गाड़ी में बैठते ही उसको शूट कर दिया गया। उसको अंदाज़ा ही नहीं होगा, अगर अंदाज़ा होगा तो वो भागता भी, कुछ तो करता, वो तो बैठते ही उसको शूट कर दिया गया।
Chirag moved to Canada in 2022 to earn a master's degree and recently got a work permit. This report comes in the wake of increasing deaths of Indian students in neighboring United States. On Friday, the Ministry of External Affairs said that India has stepped up its outreach to students in the United States. Bureau Report, Republic TV.